Alright guys, I was really struggling with getting the game audio recording and it was not working. Like, there's literally nothing I can do. Doesn't matter. Oh wait, it is working now. Okay, well, that's good. I swear I just struggled for like 10 minutes and it wouldn't work, but I'm just doing a review of the Dragon Mount's Legacy mod because I had just played it and it was not that confusing, but no, it does take a little learning and there's not any good wikis. So I was playing it in the BMC mod, BMC4 Better Minecraft, I think 4. Is a really good mod pack, so specifically this is going to be how it was used in there. So as you can see, there's 8 different types of dragons: nether, aether, and obviously fire and water, ice, ghost, and forest. So there's those. Each dragon has like its own perk. Like aethers are a little faster. Actually, I don't think end dragons do anything special. Then fire dragons, you can actually see in the BMC book, fire dragons, they're obviously resistant to fire, and they create fire on flammable blocks like netherite and stuff like that. Water dragon, it can like water crops and put out fires and stuff like that, or at least has a chance to water crops. Ice dragon can as like frostwalker ability. Ghost dragon withers stuff when it walks, and then forest dragon has a actually I might have mixed up water. Forest dragon has the bone meal effect on surrounding plants and grass as it walks, but not just normal grass blocks, I'm pretty sure. We can, so each one you tame with raw cod. So this is the nether dragon. If we get the nether dragon spawn egg, obviously it will spawn in as a baby, and then you just spawn it in with, or you tame it with fish, and you can ride it with a saddle. Just right click that on there. Yeah, they're like decent forms of travel. There's that. And you can also get another one, and they will actually tame, or not tame, breed. So they just put out a egg, and there is sometimes, at least in Better Minecraft, it depends on what mod pack you're playing the mod in. But for example, Better Minecraft, you can only breed twice per dragons. You can only breed them twice. Some mod packs you won't be able to breed them at all, sometimes only one. Okay, this is gonna be annoying now. It's also, so it's space to like launch off into the air, and it's your control to bring it back down, and then it's just a shift right click, or for me it's control right click to sit them down, just like a dog or something like that. You'd sit them and they won't teleport to you. So the netherrack dragon, that one's that, will go down. So the aether is gonna look like this. The end dragon, everyone knows what the end dragon looks like. Fire dragon, pretty normal stuff. Water dragon, just blue. We'll do ice dragon, cool. Didn't do ghost dragon, it's really cool. And then forest dragon. Alright, there's another thing you can do in this mod. At least in BMC you can do it for any egg, but I know in some mod packs it may only be the ender dragon egg you can do this with. if you get something like netherrack, you make a 3x3. It's called the habitat. So what you're doing is you're changing the egg's habitat that it will read. And let's just start the hatch. So to hatch an egg, you have to press right click on it. You place it down, press right click, and it'll start hatching. It can take a long time. I've hatched a lot, and sometimes it's like an hour, sometimes it's 20 minutes. It takes a long time, or it can. And I believe the chunk has to be loaded for it to be hatching. So this will eventually, or should eventually, switch to a nether dragon. And yeah, this should be changing here. I can explain the rest. So water dragon, I believe this just, yeah, see, it changed from a end dragon to a nether dragon. Water dragon is going to change in water. Ice dragon should change with ice around it, I believe. Ghost dragon actually changes, an egg will change into a ghost dragon if it's below a certain light level, I believe. Could also be the depth of, the forest dragon change with like forest rocks around it. It's just called the habitat. So like, for example, if you're gonna place a end dragon, you place it in a jungle habitat, it's gonna change to a jungle dragon. If you place it with and like the aether dragon, it's if you place it above, I think it's a certain amount above the clouds, then it will turn into an aether dragon. So there's ways to get all the eggs, even if you only find one. For example, if your mod doesn't have a way to find the rest of the eggs, you can always defeat the ender dragon and then turn it into any of the other 7 dragons. What's else is, so again, it's going to depend on what mod pack you're playing it in, but there's also specific places you'll find each dragon. For example, okay, we can just go through each one. Obviously, everyone knows where you find the end dragon. The aether dragon, you're going to find in just simple dungeon chests. So this one is one that kind of confused me, because you'll be in some dungeons and you'll be like, oh, this isn't a simple chest. Especially if you have like nether mods, you might think that that would be like a nether building and you would expect to get a like nether dragon or something, but they still may be classified as just a simple dungeon chest. So these are probably the most common, especially if you're playing a big mod pack and there's lots of dungeons around, just like overworld dungeons. Like this one's gonna be really common. A fire dragon will appear in like desert pyramid chests. And a forest egg obviously is going to appear in like the jungle temples. Woodland mansions spawn the ghost eggs. Where is it? Right there, the ghost. It's like the coolest dragon in my opinion. Abandoned mine shafts will also spawn the ghost eggs. Except I'm pretty sure that one, at least in my mod pack, is a little less common to spawn in the mine shafts rather than the woodland mansion. The igloo chests spawn the ice dragon. Another chests are going to be like the fortresses, or like the bastions. We're going to spawn the nether dragons. And then the water eggs are in buried treasures, obviously. And again, it's going to depend on your mod pack and what they classify their chests as in the dungeons. So you might find eggs that you wouldn't expect to be in a certain spot, but pretty much like in a vanilla world, those are the ones that would correspond to. And there's not too much more to learn. There is, when you hatch a baby dragon, a baby right click on the egg, you wait a while, buy it, and it will hatch. Feed it fish, and fish is only needed to tame it, and then is also needed to raise it to full adult status. You can't put a saddle on it until it's more grown up. They will grow by themselves, but it will take a while. And then also after they get a dragon and it takes some damage, you can use any type of meat, like rotten flesh, anything like that. Let's see, one that has a saddle on it. So you can see its health here. Actually it won't show because I'm in creative, but you can just see when I hover over in the top left, it says 59. Do that, and then it'll heal back up. So if you got an excess amount of rotten flesh, you can hold on to that. And yeah, I mean, none of them breathe fire, but yeah, I mean, not too complicated. It's pretty easy to get a hold of, and that's really all you need to know.